I'm 10 years old. I'm going to read, I think, the side effects of a drug called Triana.
The drug Adderall.
Luvox.
Cymbalta.
Gyudon. Lexapro.
Namenda.
I have a question.
Where do I find the side effects?
How do I read it if it's so small?
Just a bunch of letters squished together.
I can't read this. This is the side effects of the drug.
Side effects. Stroke.
What the heck?
Speech disorder.
Eye disorders, vision blurred.
Dry mouth. Nervous.
Tremor, dizziness.
Delirium and coma. Tardive dyskinesia.
They experience worsening of their depression.
Aggressive reaction.
Paranoid reaction.
Psychosis.
Serious cardiovascular events.
Other serious heart problems.
Heart failure.
What? Suicidal thoughts. Suicidal thinking and behavior.
Increases the risk of suicide.
An increased risk of death.
Sudden death.
These guys must be kidding. Wow. This is gross.
Seeing this on a warning label, does anybody have any clue what they're putting their kids into?
This isn't good.
No drug has side effects. They're all effects. Side effect is just a way that doctors explain away the effects that they don't like or you won't like, but they're effects.
These are the effects of these drugs. They're not just what might happen to you, they're what happen more often than not.
We name them side effects because they're an unintended consequence.
The antidepressant drugs not only don't make you happy, they have all kinds of negative effects on the system as a whole.
These drugs are absorbed and distributed throughout your entire body. So they have side effects through all of your tissues and organs, including your liver and your kidneys and your nervous system.
They destroy the brain, the neural net. They literally kill brain cells and cause all kinds of brain disorders. That's why we have they're not side effects, they're direct effects.
Bár a pszichiáterek a nagy közönség előtt folyamatosan elbagatelizálják az egészséggel kapcsolatos veszélyeket, a kameráink előtt nyíltan bevallották őket.
I think I tell them the main side effects. I don't tell them every side effect because there's so many possible side effects.
I would say the majority of patients experience some side effects.
People get side effects to every medication you try.
They all have side effects.
All kinds of side effects. Lots of side effects.
Physical feelings of sickness.
Headaches, insomnia.
They can't sleep. They can't eat.
Drowsiness. Sedation is very frequent.
Restlessness. Appetite stimulation.
Neurologic side effects.
Tremor or muscle spasms.
Stiffness. Weight gain.
Obesity.
Weight gain and stuff like that.
Decreased performance of sexual functioning. Sexual side effects can happen.
Sexual dysfunction, etc.
I've never had anybody die or anything, but I've had people faint and stuff, and it's really sort of unpredictable.
You name it, and it can be a side effect.
És miért nem képesek a pszichiáterek előre megmondani, hogy mik lesznek a káros hatások? Mert egyikük sem tudja, hogy hogyan működnek az általuk felírt szerek.
At least with street drugs, people know that they're dangerous, that they should be off of them. With pharmaceuticals, people are told they're safe to take every day.
De a tudatmódosítószerek távolról sem biztonságosak, és egyre többről derül ki, hogy halálos méreg.
Some of the side effects that have become of concern lately are suicide, increased risk of suicide, increased risk of homicide.
These aren't people that were horribly depressed when they were given a drug. These are people who are given a drug for social anxiety or difficulty sleeping or mild depression and then become suicidal. And so when they become suicidal and they kill themselves, what the doctor does is go back and say, oh, well, it's because they were depressed.
The label itself, the disorder, is what is blamed for the side effects. When in reality, it's the drug that is causing the side effect. It is the drug that is the problem.
Mint annál az antidepresszánsnál, amelyet Woody-viceknek írtak fel, aki nem mentális problémákra szedte, hanem altatóként.
My husband and I, Tim, his nickname Woody, we were married just 2 months shy of 10 years, so we've had a long life together. And Woody was a guy who was healthy. He was a big runner. He's never had a history of depression or any other so-called mental illness. He was given Zoloft for insomnia. I find Woody one night completely sweat through his shirt in fetal position. He kept going, Kim, you gotta help me. I don't know what's happening to me. It's like my head's outside my body looking in. Kim, help me, help me. We did breathing, listened to music, prayed, anything to calm him down from this head outside his body feeling. And a week later, he was found dead hanging. A guy who loved life.
A pszichiáterek azt állítják, hogy a szereik életeket mentenek, de a tudatmódosító szerek a saját tanulmányaik szerint megduplázzák az öngyilkosság kockázatát, és az egyik majdnem 7-szeresére növeli azt.
As a pharmacist who has been studying the problem for the past 7 years, I do see a glaring connection between the high use of these psychoactive substances and the rise of violence.
If people knew that the mechanism was not known of these drugs, that they could cause, if there's a real chance for them to get a homicidal tendency or even suicide, if you take the drug, there's a chance you may want to kill yourself.
And I could repeat probably a dozen other examples of significant self-inflicted harm or significant violence to others in patients who had never had that experience in their adult life.